So this is a new project here at Bassin. It's a 1966 Volvo 220 station wagon. They call it the Volvo Amazon. What we're gonna do is we're actually, I'm wanting to do a little bit more city, in-city camping where you can't put a Sprinter. So I bought this station wagon and we're gonna get it running, and then I'm gonna build out the parts that I kind of need to stay inside the city for a night or so, and have the boys do some of the woodwork and back. We're gonna put sound deadening in it, thinsul it, and then close it all up, and we'll kind of be maybe able to camp in it. So right now we've jacked it up and we're gonna replace the fuel line. We've already replaced the fuel tank because the fuel tank had 57 years of junk in it. We're working on the fuel line. We'll get the fuel line replaced, and then we're gonna try to get this motor running. The car has already been, the car's already kind of been gone through by the guys, and what we did is we cleaned out the floorboards. There's not a lot of rust, but there is some rust, so we're kind of cleaning that up. We'll cut the parts out of the floorboards, just a couple little small holes, re-weld that, put sound deadening over it with the kill mat, and then put some carpet over and get this thing going. But new project, a little bit different. So what I did is I needed to get this fuel line off, this old fuel line. So I had to remove this bracket for the it looks like it's for the emergency brake, and it had some little clips, 4 little clips. I removed those, so now I can actually pull this down and try to get this brake, the fuel line out. All right, got that out. So I'll re-copy that line to all the bins. The other thing is this clutch, looks like they had a new slave cylinder on it. So what I did is I reattached it to the transmission. I bought this car, and I think it's been a project for many guys because this is a whole brand new shocks, coils, shock springs. The front end looks like it's a new A-arms, brand new brake cylinders. It's just nothing was hooked up. One of the guys, a buddy of mine, came by and said, hey, they got a brand new bill housing on here. He said they wouldn't have put that on there unless they replace the clutch. So I'm hopeful that this is a newer transmission. We're gonna obviously go through every part of this to make sure everything's good. Like even here, might need a bolt on the top of the transmission mount. We'll see, but it looks like it needs bolts here for this. So we'll go through it all, but that's where we're at right now. I'm gonna go get clutch, brake, dot 4 fluid, some gas, and I need a battery. So that's where we're at. So we ran into a little bit of a problem. I added a new ignition cylinder on here, but for some reason, I guess the wiring copied from the other one isn't working. So what I did is I went and I bought this remote starter switch. So we're gonna try that and see if we can get the motor to turn over. We hooked up the little line to connect right to the solenoid of the starter, and it's trying. So we're gonna see if we can get some fuel coming forward, and maybe we can get this thing started. The fuel's going. Come on, where's the fuel? Got a long way to go from the new gas tank.
So do we take these bolts off?
Yeah, you take them all off. There's another one back here. Now that'll take the whole thing. Yeah, it's fixing to come off. It's a gasket, so that's why it's like that. So don't take it off yet. We gotta do it. Hey, so we stayed pretty late last night. Could not get the engine to get some fuel coming in. So what we're gonna do is, I actually have another Amazon coupe in storage. We're gonna go steal we're gonna go steal the fuel pump off of that one. I already ordered another fuel pump that should be here like Friday, but I really want to see if this is the problem. So we're just gonna go steal that pump off and then come back over and try to put it on real quick and see if maybe that fixes the fuel pump problem, the fuel problem. So well, here it's literally 2 bolts here on the side. So take these off. Eduardo's already loosened them up, and I think it should just come off. Man,
You might have to kind of pry it off.
yeah.
It's been on there for so long.
There it goes. I got it. All right. So, and it also has the spacer on it. They talk about how if you put this unit on without the spacer, it breaks it immediately. So we'll try to get the spacer off, or when we go over there to the storage where they had the other one, we'll see if it's already got the spacer on it. All right, let's go grab it.
You don't want to tape it up?
Nah, it's fine. We'll be right back. Oh, I see. We got the wrench, huh? Here, listen.
Let me see one. The screwdriver?
Eduardo's gonna pull the fuel lines off. I'm taking this little fuel pump off, allegedly.
I gotta take the nut off. It's in a tighter spot than the other one.
Try to get this other side first.
So look, they did it after
Yeah.
the filter. You see?
Uh-huh.
And yesterday we did it before. The ratchet's over there if you
You
need
know
it.
what? It seems like this is only it's only finger tight on there. Did you already break it?
Yeah, I
loose?
already broke it.
Oh, okay. Man, this one looks worse. You know what? This is the bowl style. They call it the bowl style. So this is like the original one. Man, it is hard to get to. Let's see. Which means yeah.
Let me see.
We'll pull the fuel lines off.
You don't have to. They're ripped anyway.
They're
so-
ripped?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I don't know, man. This one doesn't look too hot.
What's the difference in years in these?
So this is the same year. Actually, it's 1 year. This is a 67. The other one's a 66 Wagon. This is a 67 Coupe. This one should have had a B18 motor. No, it might have had a B20. But this is a B20 in it now too. So I don't know if the motor was changed. Who knows over the years, you know, what happened. But how hot is it here in Texas right now?
Not that hot. Just 100 and something.
600 degrees.
Look, you see this? This is connected to the battery.
Yeah.
What is this?
That's the same thing. That's for the solenoid on the starter. Same way we have it.
And you see how this one is?
I connect, but this is different ignition.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's a different. That's a distributor.
This one's push to start.
Yeah, push the start. All right, cool. So there it is, and it looks like it doesn't have a spacer. The spacer's still on here. Can you get that spacer off? Look, here's a screwdriver.
Gotta be careful.
Man, I
Not
almost
to
think
drop anything
I think
in
we
it.
should just take the spacer off.
Like for the other one?
Yeah. All right, let me go grab the other one.
You brought it?
Yeah, I brought it.
I don't know what we're doing. I've never worked on cars before. But the boss says we're working on cars, we're working on cars.
That's what I like to hear.
I'm a company man. That's all I can say.
Well, we're just going to use it to get it started, so we got a new gasket coming. All right, so let's just put this one back. I mean, it looked fine. I don't know if maybe, what if it was working, you know? Yeah, there it goes. All right, let's get out of here. It's freaking.
So in conclusion,
All right, so we got this pump. We're gonna put this one on. Dude, I think this thing is seized up though. Huh? What if this one works? All right, let's see if this one will work, and let's get back over there. All right, cool. Got the tools, guys. Yeah, so this one is 67 coupe, pretty rough condition. Probably gonna be my son's first car. Won't go fast, won't get him too much trouble, and the insurance is really cheap. Oh, and the insurance is really cheap on it.
How much was the insurance? For the one you just put on the insurance?
For the one I just put on my insurance, it was $41 more a year for the 67 Wagon for the total coverage. So $3 and something cents. All right, so we got the new fuel pump, or not new, old. Probably the worst fuel pump, but we're gonna put it. So I think it has. You can kind of feel where it sits in. So put the bolts on first, so that way we can line up the gaskets. All right.
It's going the right way.
Now I'm gonna hook up a little bump switch for this.
Always got to be safe in the shop, guys.
Because I'm gonna hook one side of it to the battery here, and then the other side is gonna go to the other side is gonna go on the starter solenoid at the bottom. There's a little allocator clip on there, and then the last thing we gotta do. Whoa! All right, so the last thing I gotta do is hook up from the coil, give it spark here. Okay, and then now we can try to bump it. Let's see. Still no fuel. You know, that whole line is empty. It's a brand new gas tank.
Suck this out. This might be stupid. You can't suck on that line?
Yeah, let's take it off. I'll try to pull on. So Eduardo used a turkey baster to prime the fuel on it. Pretty cool. Thanks, Eduardo. So maybe our fuel pump wasn't even bad, but
It only got a little bit, but that's all it needed, right?
it only needs to get over to there. All right, let's try it
We
again.
got some fuel in there now.
Uh-huh. Maybe we can get the whole bowl. Like, get the fuel. Huh?
Get the whole thing full?
I wonder if we take this, if it'll pull it through. Like, we take this one off.
Yeah, maybe.
You know what I mean?
Let's see the turkey base.
Oh.
I pour it?
You're gonna pour it here and there. Just put a little bit in there. And then just hold that and let's see it. We're probably gonna need more.
No?
Oh, no. Go ahead now. Not too much. What is that sound? Oh, you know what the sound is? These bolts over here on the header. This isn't tight.
Hey, boss, you're gonna have the whole motor fall out.
Ah, it's just a. All right, you got it. You got some still?
Pour some in there?
Yeah, just a little bit though. Like I just want to get it started. I still don't have any fuel coming here.
Hey, boss. I think that other pump actually would have been a better choice than this one. I don't think this one's pumping anything because there's nothing coming out. Is it more promising than yesterday?
Yeah, way more promising. You still got some left?
No.
But you said you could see fuel in here?
Yeah, there's fuel in there.
In here?
In there, yeah, I saw it. I saw it like moving.
You know that box that was sitting over here? There's a motor mount for this thing. Yeah, that's why it's moving. Spring a wrench. That's why the whole thing's freaking shaking.
You ready? 3, 2, 1. It's your boy Eddie. Hasn't been going our way, but
Try not to put 17 gallons in there.
boss, it's hard.
Just a little bit.
Try not to put 17 gallons.
That's enough.
I haven't even put none.
That's too much. Did you put some in there? I think you should go the other way, yeah. We have not got the right tools for any of this.
Well, we're learning.
That's enough. You look all scared, bro.
Oh my.
I tried.
All right, let's see. Did you put the bolt on there? It just doesn't have any fuel. Are you seeing fuel in there or air?
You want me to give it a try? For my magic, you know how they do in your fingers.
I don't know.
Give it a try?
Yeah, go ahead.
Just hold it for 2-3 seconds. Watch this magic. Watch this magic. There's no magic in me.
Oh, wait, I see fuel. No, I'm just kidding. All right. So, another failure. I guess that fuel pump's bad too, or I don't think it could be anything as far as the line. I mean, because...
It can't be the line because gas is coming out when we do the thing.
Yeah.
I'm starting to feel dizzy.
It's not giving it the...
We say you start to feel dizzy?
Starting to feel dizzy.
What?
Can I ask maybe a stupid question? What's supposed to be powering that pump?
What pump?
That pump?
It's mechanical. Nothing powers it.
Nothing powering.
What do you think?
I've never worked on a car before, but it only makes sense if we know that you just put the line in, right? And we know that with the little turkey thing, we actually got gas out of here, all the way to here. So I don't think this is working. I don't think it's pumping the gas from here over there. Because obviously the line you just put in, it works. Or else we wouldn't have gas here.
Right. Okay. So the pump will be here Friday. So
Put a new pump?
we'll just put a new pump. And, obviously this one was not working either. It stinks because the guy
That's
that I
stinking.
bought it from told me that he's like, he said he doesn't use the mechanical pumps. He puts an electric pump.
Which
that
makes
he-
more sense.
So that he knows it's got
It's gonna work,
fuel.
yeah.
But the problem with the electric pump is this one is made for this car. If we do electric pump, then I got to get a regulator to regulate what goes over there, I believe.
On the battery?
No, a regulator as far as how much fuel to send.
Oh, because it'll give too
I'll
much?
try to give it whatever, you know. So, all right, I think that's it for the day. We're gonna wait till we get the new fuel pump in. Stealing parts from another old car is not the best option, but I just really wanted to see if we could get it going.
But
The whole place smells like gas.
Yeah. If you have a Volvo, hit us up.
no.
Yeah, hit us up. You might know what we're doing wrong.
Oh, okay.
You might know what we're
okay,
doing
yeah.
wrong. Leave it in the comments. Subscribe.
And if at first you don't succeed,
Try again. All right, so we finally got our fuel pump. It came in. We've tried the fuel pump that came on it and the fuel pump that we robbed from our other two-door coupe. So now we actually got the fuel pump came in. We ordered it. It's a manual fuel pump. It came with two gaskets, and we also got the extended gasket that it needs to put on there as well. It's a little bit thicker gasket. So we'll put those back on, and then hopefully this car will start up. So we're gonna remove the old pump off of here. It's got these two bolts. Just put those. Get this other one off. Kind of smell the gas that we siphoned through. So you can see the old one has a thicker gasket and then a small gasket. They said that if you don't put the thick gasket on, that the pump will be messed up instantly. So we got to make sure we put that on. Just scraping a little of this gasket off. Leftover residue. There, and you got this goes on there, and you got this one that goes on there. What we'll do is we'll take a bolt that we took off, here, put that through there. Other bolt, take off that through here. Now we can use those to kind of line it up. Line up the gaskets. There. So I guess that's all it's doing is barely riding on that. That's what pumps it. This back. Just need to get one started.
what happened?
All right, so getting those threads back onto this fuel pump was tough. Like there's such tight clearance that it took a while to feel the threads and get it on there. So now that we kind of got the gasket, the thick gasket, and the other gasket. I can tighten it up a little bit now that it's actually engaging the threads. But man, it wasn't the easiest thing to get on. I hope this car doesn't fight me the whole way, you know. I mean, it's an old car, but from what I understand, everything's supposed to be simpler back then. I just... So now we can take the old fuel line off the old fuel pump. Put it on the new fuel pump. Connect the line that goes to the carburetors on here. Tighten both these up. Let's see if she turns over. Fuel's coming from the back now. Look, you can see the fuel coming in through here, watch. You'll see it coming in through there. See the fuel coming in?
Yeah.
Oh, clip fell off of here.
Something's leaking.
Where?
I saw something leak.
What's leaking there? Dang it.
Oh man.
Where is it leaking from? Is it leaking
It's
from?
open.
It's there?
Somewhere.
All right, hold on. It's this one right here.
Oh yeah, it's that. It's leaking even more.
Only leaking from that one? Is that it?
Well, you stop pumping it, so I'm gonna keep going.
You know what? I'm gonna replace that real quick. I got another one.
What happened?
So I think we fixed the problem on the leak. Hopefully, we'll know when we start to pump the fuel again. But it was leaking from the second hose. I think this line and this line are two different sizes. So I think this is a smaller line that goes to the carburetor. So I put 2 clamps on there. I took the old clamp off that was here and put the new one. Let's try it again. Let's see if we get any leaks. Started. Okay, I think what's making the noise is we have a exhaust manifold that's kind of loose over here. Let me tighten that up. There's not a bolt on the bottom of this motor mount. That's why this thing's jumping. Let me put a bolt on the bottom of that motor mount. these motor mounts have 2 bolts. So on that one, it doesn't look like the other side. I know the previous owner replaced it, but it looked like it didn't have a bolt on it. So we'll see if we can fix that. So this thing is jumping all over the place. The big spider. All right, let's see. All right, try it again. Thing is leaking fuel bad now.
Oof.
Coming from here, it's coming from the carburetors. Okay.
Darn carburetors.
So we got it started, it starts, but now the carburetors are leaking. So I think I'm gonna have to spend a little bit of time going through and maybe doing a rebuild on the carburetors, or there's obviously some gaskets or something that are leaking. So I think these are what they call the SU carbs. So what I'll do is I'll jump online, get a kit to get all the gaskets redone, and then that'll be our next step. At least we know it's turning over, and we'll go on to the next thing. I think also I'm gonna order the correct fuel line. You know, I bought this at the auto parts store, but I think it's a little bit too big. I don't think this is the right size. So I'll jump on either IPD or VP Auto Parts or one of the other ones and see if I can find the right kit for these carbs. At least they do, it does start to run. It just doesn't stay running. I don't know what that is that causes that. Oh wait.
Drop it in the comment section down
Hey
below.
look, this linkage isn't hooked up. That linkage isn't hooked up. Hey, hit that button real quick.